Ahoy, everyone! It's Jeff, aka Godless Scummer. Um, yes, I'm having a stream tonight. I'm hoping some people will join me. Hoping at some point. As tonight, we're going to talk about the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Um, and we're going to do that over. I'm going to do that over a few beers, and hopefully, some people are going to join me. And speaking of which. Bionic Dance. Hi, Kate.
Hello. I've
Hello.
never actually streamed with this laptop before, so let's see how it goes.
Okay.
It felt like being
Cool.
in bed, you see.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Yeah. This is why this is the real Mark Caesar. This is actually the real reason why I'm streaming and doing this called this thing, life, the universe, and everything. I'm turning 42 tomorrow, so essentially this is I'm having a hangout for my birthday, essentially. So.
Well, in that case, I'm glad that 9 months and 1 day ago your parents fucked.
Yeah. Indeed.
It's like the best way to wish someone happy birthday, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I enjoy it.
So, was there a question that I missed coming in, or what?
No, yeah, I'd literally been going for about a minute or so, Kate. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Hi, Kate.
Right. So yeah, we're just having a bit of a chill tonight, really, and I'm gonna knock a few beers back and.
Oh, Jeff's gonna knock a few beers back, really?
Yeah,
Imagine.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Yes, happy anniversary of uterine expulsion.
Yeah.
Can you please get me a pillow? Please, thank you.
Well, it will be difficult for me to upload one. Maybe you should have someone spare.
Angel's birthday came in because the dog is sitting on the ground next to me, so we came to cuddle with her in my living room. So.
Yeah. So how's everybody keeping anyway? And I know Manda, I know you had a happy reunion a day or two ago. So.
Fuck my face. Thank you. I got my pillow. No, please don't. No, you can't have the pillow. Yeah, we got her back yesterday. We had to board her for a month, and it was really hard. It was hard being away from her. It felt really shitty because, she didn't know what was going on. She just got taken away one day. And so she thinks, I don't know, we abandoned her. It just felt shitty, and it was real awesome having her back. And we have a place for a month at least. And we're all together. So that's what's important, I guess.
I'm getting loads of happy womb escape, happy swimming pool day, emergence day, Jeff. Yeah, I like this one. I like some creative well wishes there.
Yeah, it's not a lot of times where people wish me a happy decanted from the replicator vat very often day.
No,
it just doesn't happen.
I'm gonna have to make a note of that one.
Mm-hmm. So what
I'm
are you
not even sure if I'm using decanted correctly.
What do you have plans for your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah. Unfortunately, they involve going to a dentist and getting one of my teeth fixed. So
jolly.
Well, I meant like plans with your friends, like.
No, I mean I met up with like one of my best mates who I haven't seen in like 2 years. Because of lockdown, we just haven't been able to catch up or anything. So I met up with him on Saturday night, and we ended up having a few drinks and stuff. So, but
yeah, I saw the pictures. You look very happy.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see friends after so long.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't know. Can you even drink beer immediately after getting your tooth fixed?
I have no idea. I guess we'll find out.
Well, you could do like shots. I mean, that's just alcohol. So.
Yes, that's true. I only got this shit at the moment. No, I've not much of that left either. I might have some rum downstairs, but I not sure if I've got any Coke to have it with at the moment. So.
Well, here's hoping that your birthday cake isn't an ice cream cake. Because, ice cream, wounded tooth, that can't be any fun.
That would be
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, at least you get to hang out, do something. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, so I just thought I'd come on for a couple of hours tonight and see if anyone wanted to join. So
Well, I mean, I'll have to take a break for lunch after a while, so I won't be here for a couple of hours. But
that's no worries. Of course, it's only about midday for you, isn't it, Kate? Or not? Is it even?
Yeah, it's 11 in the
Mm.
morning for me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're 8 hours behind us. So yeah.
Well, I think you're 8 hours in the future, is what you are.
Yeah.
Is it nice? Do they have spaceships and robots?
It's not as good as you'd think.
Sorry, I'm still like focused on the dog. She's just laying really cute. I'm just happy to have her back. So
yeah.
Well, I have a few Amazon boxes that arrived the other day, and Xander is making a nuisance of himself playing with them. I mean, it's adorable, don't get me wrong, but he's knocked over enough stuff that I kind of want to put him in another room.
Cats do that, though? Isn't that their thing?
They do. Although actually, Columbia has never been the most cattiest cat of cats. She would not chase things. She wouldn't knock stuff over. She only occasionally would get inside a box. But Xander is Adventure Kitty. He does all of the typical cat stuff.
I get it. My dog just sleeps and cuddles and wants to play with her Broccoli, that she can't squeak. So she's got this Broccoli toy that it squeaks when you squeeze it, but she can't seem to get it to squeeze. So she makes this really loud whining sound when she's doing it to me, and it almost sounds like the squeak. It's funny. Sad though. It's her favorite toy, even though it brings her so much frustration.
Yeah.
Hi, Gray Man.
The closest I can get to with that is Xander and the laser pointer.
So, yeah, that's right. I've got the cat people here today. Sector Seraphim's in the chat as well. So
yeah, I feel alone. I'll be back. I'm gonna get a Coke. Be back.
No worries.
So, like an idiot, I decided to get a real ID. And now, the dispensary I go to for my weed won't take the temporary piece of paper they gave me until the card arrives. And so I'm like, I haven't gotten fucked up on alcohol in years. I don't want to, but I really need a mind-altering thing right now. Oh, well, what you going to do? Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Purple's here.
Hey, Perps. Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of that's probably just one area where the United States is ahead of Britain on is attitude towards weed now.
Yeah.
So can't seem to have a sort of sensible discussion with it with our government. So
I kind of got the impression, and maybe I'm wrong because it's all from television, that over in the UK, they just really didn't care that much about weed. Sure, you might smoke some, but they're not going to arrest you for it. They might give you a hard time. That was the impression I got, but I'm over here, so how do I know?
Yeah, if you get if you get caught with a small amount, they're not gonna bother you too much. You might get you might get a fine or something like that, but if I think it's anything over 1/8 of an ounce, I think they class as intent to supply.
That's kind of funny, actually, that you say 1/8 of an ounce, because over here we measure all of our weed in grams.
Yeah, it's just a bit strange.
Yeah. Still, I mean, here, if you're caught with 1/8 of an ounce, or at least, maybe 10 years ago, they could lock you up for years for having 1/8 of an ounce. It's crazy pants,
Yeah. Hey, Jenny.
Oh, hey.
Hi, kids.
How you doing?
Hello.
May I join you?
Are we
You
coming
may.
apart?
Maybe.
Oh, then sure, join us.
I just got home. It was nice and nippy outside.
Yeah, Purple. I know it sort of varies from state to state about weed, but you know, at least there are some states where it's you can buy it now. Which you,
Oh yeah, here in California we're pretty blatant about it.
I mean, there was a court case over like CBD or whatever. There was a big high-profile court case which the government kind of lost. So it looks like, you know, they may have to start, you know, looking at the medicinal values a little bit. But this is the joke. This is the joke. They would absolutely, you know, our government was taking the position that, you know, marijuana is a drug with no redeeming features, blah blah blah. You know, just up to a few years ago, whilst at the same time, Britain is the biggest exporter of medical marijuana in the world. I'm like, hold on, make your fucking minds up here. Now, either this is you know, if this drug, if this is something that's got medical value or whatever, and then why can't we use it at least on that basis? But if it's not, and if it's not got any, if it's got no redeeming value as a product whatsoever, as a drug whatsoever, why the fuck are you like the world's biggest drug dealers? You know.
Well, I mean, I would expect that level of just hypocrisy and one hand not knowing what the other is doing from this government. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got on a little bit the other day actually to have a little rant about sort of certain members of parliament in my government at the moment because they're just a bunch of fucking corrupt assholes.
It annoys me in particular when, like in our Congress recently, the what was it? The infrastructure bill was passed, and all these, you know, it pretty much went down by party lines. Democrats said yes, and Republicans said no, like always, and they fought hard against it for months, and now that it's all passed, they're home in their little districts taking credit for it.
Well, I think the scandal that's sort of been going on with some of our guys is their sort of outside work. And it does generally seem to be Conservative MPs that are the main offenders, but Labour and Liberal Democrat MPs are not exactly they're not exactly squeaky clean on this themselves. And there was one notable guy who used to be a cabinet minister. He worked outside for some farm. He did this outside work for a pharmaceutical job as a quote unquote consultant. But what he was actually doing was lobbying on their behalf. And when like several times during the pandemic, the company that he is consulting for got contracts for personal protection equipment that no one else was allowed to even bid for it. From what I can see, the difference between consultancy and lobbying is lobbying's when you get caught. This is about what seems to be the standard here. So yeah,
maybe they define lobbying differently in the UK. I guess I don't know.
Hey, Jenny.
But I just sort of, how can I say, when your basic member of parliament is paid nearly £82,000 a year, I know at the risk of being called a bit of a Marxist socialist left wing snowflake. I don't know why. If I don't think I'm being unreasonable to expect them to work full time for that money. You know, just a thought.
What?
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Hi, Amanda. I didn't want to step on anybody else talking. So hi.
Sometimes. Oh, go on. I thought you were done.
How come your dog was gone? Did you run away or something?
No, because we didn't have a place to live after we
Oh,
faced our abuse, domestic violence situation.
Oh, okay, I get it. Well, I'm glad you're back together. Dogs are so important to me.
She's right on the floor near my feet. So.
Perry, you look so happy to be reunited in that clip. That was quite heartwarming.
Yeah, John made me do that. He's like, I want to see a video of you two reunite because he like claims Leia as his dog. So
Yeah.
He was very excited that I was getting her back. He wanted to see the video. So.
Yeah.
I've never had a dog that well. I did when I was a kid, but my dogs as adult, they're never the apeshit kind of dogs. They're just kind of like, oh, welcome home.
Well, I mean, I'm
over here. Come
so
pet
she
me.
like I leave the house. Like she noticed, like I'll put actual pants on because when I'm in the house, I always wear pajama pants. It's the first thing I do when I walk in the house is take off my real pants and put on pajama pants. So she knows if I put on real pants, I'm leaving. So she gets all nervous. And then when I leave, I hear her cry. Like immediately, as soon as the door closes, I hear her cry. So she just doesn't like being away. And she's spent most of her life within a couple feet of me. So it's just hard.
I always get a kick out of how subtle things that you do, the dogs have noticed and learned what you're going to do next.
Mm-hmm. And very good with pattern recognition.
Yeah.
Goodness knows my cats do that too.
Yeah, I've never had a cat, so I wasn't sure if they did. They do, huh? That's kind of cool too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Columbia definitely knows when feeding time is. That's for sure. And Xander hasn't quite figured out that if I clap like this, it means food. And now Columbia's probably panicking because it's not food time right now. But still, they've learned that signal. They've learned a few other signals. And goodness knows when I'm about to leave, Xander tries to get in front of the door, either to block it or make me take him with him. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of the questions I have about, what the scientists say and the researchers about dog behavior is they say, well, dogs have no concept of time. You know, when you leave home and then you come back 8 hours later, as far as the dog's concerned, that's just 10 seconds ago. That you left, and I just don't believe that because I've seen dogs so many times that in the middle of the day know that the person's coming home soon, and waits at the door. Okay, well, how do they know that? Because they understand, if not numbers of times, the flow of it.
She acts differently too the longer I'm away. Like if I'm gone just for a few hours during the day, she's excited to see me when I get home, but it's maybe a minute of her jumping up and down and licking me. But like when I was in Florida in October, I came home, she freaked out and whined and almost peed because she was so happy to see me. That was just a week. So I agree with you. I don't think that's true.
Well, I have my Xander. I got him right before lockdown. And I mean, right before lockdown. I haven't been away from him for 24 hours yet. And I have a trip coming up. It's only a day long, but I'm going to San Francisco soon. And I don't know how he's going to handle me being away for that long. He does have Columbia to play with, so he won't be alone, but still.
Yeah, there's at least that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the advantage of cats, that they're able to, maintain their own existence. You can leave them for a few days and stuff and not worry about it.
Yeah, you don't have to walk them. That's really one of the best parts, is just not having to deal with I mean, it's not even that I don't want to pick up their poo. It's just every day. What if I'm sick? What if I'm tired? What if I just don't want to? With cats, all I have to do is scoop.
Yeah, and that's why
you have a teenager to do it for you.
Oh, well, okay, there is that. Then again, maybe I am the teenager to do it for me. I'm not sure I ever grew past that stage.
Do any of us? I mean...
Well, I know some people who really adulty.
Yeah.
Either I never got past being a teenager or my midlife crisis started at 17. I'm not quite sure.
I still poop my pants, it's...
Well,
Oh, thank you, Jenny.
Thanks, Jenny.
Well, that might be a little bit of an overshare, but hey, why not?
TMI.
What if-
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like if dogs didn't terrify me. I mean, childhood incident, bit of a phobia. The only dogs I've ever really been able to stand, well, there was this one girl in high school I was crushing on, so I just sort of like forced myself to not care, but it's really difficult. And she was depressingly straight anyway. So, I'm not really sure what I can do if I really want to not be afraid of dogs anymore, how to get rid of that fear. But I do wonder.
These straight women, they piss me off so much. They should have the common courtesy to, to go gay if somebody's attracted to them. It's just, how can they not?
I know. So selfish, to follow your actual orientation. How dare they?
Yeah.
Well. She and I are still friends to this day, for whatever that's worth. I mean, I've said it before on other streams. I'll say it here. The friend zone didn't used to be as nefarious. It used to be, I just think of you as a friend. Okay, I guess we'll stay friends. Bada bing, bada bang. That's what it used to be. Maybe you were disappointed, but it wasn't like this big sort of incel prison the way they're making it sound now.
Yeah, that whole.
I don't even like the term because I think it's pretty sure it just is because incels seem to have all their own little inside lingo, don't they? That's it's
Okay.
The term existed
weird.
long before incels were a big thing on the internet. So,
what if you fall for somebody that's a friend though? Like it doesn't start off as a crush, but like you're friends with them,
that's
then
exactly what happened here. Actually.
It's really, really difficult. I mean,
then they're completely unavailable, and you're just like, awesome. Okay, so you keep being friends. I guess you do. I mean, you said yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the way I handled it. I don't know that I'm a typical case.
So hard. It's so hard.
It's painful as all fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I recently met this woman who I'm just absolutely. I just absolutely adore her in every respect, and everything we talk about, we agree on. It's like we were made. But she's absolutely forbidden fruit. She's way too young. I just, it's so socially unacceptable with our age difference. I can't dare get involved with her, or much less tell her how I feel.
Yeah, I've never been involved with someone whose age was more than 5 years away from my own.
Oh, I'm okay with 10, 15 years, but this is more than that. So it's much wiser not to.
Tell me at least 20s.
What, her?
Yes.
Yeah, she's in her 20s.
I'm just being a brat. Never mind.
Oh, is she?
Very late 20s, but 20s nonetheless.
Late 20s is still 20s, though.
And, well, I'm the old person. I'm the adult in here, so I have to stand back and say, no, this is wrong. Don't do this. So I am.
That's why
I was in Ace Hardware a little while ago. I was working on a project. I actually put a video up about it, but whatever. And the clerk helping me was just this absolutely adorable girl who was A, way out of my league, and B, almost certainly too young for me. But the way she was so attentive, I was like, is she looking for a cougar? I can't tell. Maybe she's just really good at sales.
Maybe. So the reason, Jenny, is because of her age?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I've talked to 20-somethings, and I just never have anything in common with them.
Well,
isn't that good, so
she's pretty different in that respect, politically, socially. So, we're even into some of the same music, and it's like I said, it's just amazing how much that we
love. Hi, Mr. 42. I do like, and I love that comment. Someone summoned me here. I do like that. Yeah, I'll be Mr. 42 myself tomorrow. So actually find out, does the answer to life, the universe, and everything get unveiled to you at 42 years old? We shall find out.
Mhm.
Probably not.
Not in my
guess.
case.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm still lost and clueless. 42 might as well have been in Swahili.
Are you over 40?
Me? Yeah, I'll be 46 in 9 days.
Oh, I didn't realize you were that old.
Yeah, most people don't. I'm okay with it. Oh, wait, I take that back. 9 days and a couple of hours.
Oh, look who's here.
I know. Does that mean you're a Christmas? No, you're not a Christmas baby.
Nah, 15th. My cousin Jesse's a Christmas baby. I still remember one year we did a big family Christmas, and it was around about 3 p.m. that someone remembered to give her a happy birthday. And I have to admit, I felt a little bad about that.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for a little kid.
I mean, hell, I get enough here's your birthday and Christmas presents as it is. I'm sure she gets it so much worse.
The Angel's birthday it's not as close, but it's February 2nd, and it's still kind of like you just had a big Christmas, and then the rest of the family would usually kind of blow off his birthday. I always felt bad about that.
Well, this is why I really hate the month of December. I've tried explaining it to people, and they're all like, but it's your birthday. And I'm like, yeah, but we just had Thanksgiving, and half my family's Jewish, so we're doing Hanukkah and Christmas, and then there's New Year's as well. December is so tightly packed that by the time my birthday rolls around, it's like, oh, I'm done with holidays, and nobody really cares anyway. So, I just want this month to be over. I wish I could hibernate through December. It'd be really nice.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't mind that myself, because it's also like the busiest time of the year. I get seriously into bar humbug kind of modes this time of year. And
it's hard when
hate Christmas now.
you don't really connect with your family, which I obviously don't. You have like a partner or something. I mean, I got Angel, so at least there's that. But he doesn't give a fuck about Christmas this year. He just, I don't know. I think he might be just saying that to make me feel better, so I don't try too hard. But I don't know.
Well, all I want for Christmas is your 2 front teeth.
So you said.
And your tongue.
Well, I like my candy like I like my women. Bright, sweet, and on my tongue.
Things I could never get away with saying, Volume 1.
Honestly, I didn't expect that reaction.
I don't know why. It just got me. It really did. Maybe it was the visual. Thanks for the visual, Kate. Really, just awesome. Thanks.
Well, whatever I can do to spread joy, I have to say.
Thank you. You always make me laugh, Kate.
Oh, she's got to be talked into it.
Yeah, Mark. I actually had a friend whose birthday was Christmas Day, so yeah, you got double fucked on that front then.
Yeah. I mean, you could never really have a party on the day, could you? I know a lot of kids, would have, Christmas with birthday with their friends, like a couple of days before or after, but never on the day because everyone's already doing stuff.
Well, if you're an atheist and you have a kid on the 25th, I would say just don't ever tell them about Christmas and just make their birthday a big.
It's a little hard for them to not learn about Christmas.
The whole world is celebrating.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, if the whole world is celebrating their birthday, why does everyone else get all the presents too?
I mean, do you really want a young kid to think like every year they're all doing this because of them, making them feel that important? This is how we end up with people like Donald Trump. You see, you know.
You have a point.
Fine.
I have to admit, I'm a little surprised by how less spoiled than I pictured they would be. The royal family over there is. I pictured something a lot worse than what I've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big royalist myself anyway, but people know that about me. But you know, yeah, I mean, there is because there is a sort of, obviously there is a. I think there's probably pluses and minuses to being brought up in that sort of atmosphere. To be honest, though, especially if you're directly in line for the throne, because you will be sort of expected to act in a certain way, and you know.
I don't understand, and I've thought about this most of my adult life. Why Queen Elizabeth wouldn't retire and let Charles, take his rightful place, whatever.
I heard there was some weird thing where, like, he was born to the wrong parents or something funky, where, like, if he succeeded the throne, it would violate some weird protocol.
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all. No. No. I mean, technically, generally speaking, technically, a monarch is the reigning monarch till they die. We've had what we have had before a couple of times. We've had a regent. We've had the regents before, which has been like there was the king who would eventually become George IV. He reigned for a number of years as Prince Regent, and King George III went mad and was not capable of carrying out his duties.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember it had something to do with who he married. There was something about how, the wrong line, you marry the wrong line, all of a sudden you can't succeed the throne or some shit because they were the wrong. I don't know.
I think Charles will still succeed. What he's not allowed to do is Camilla is not allowed the title of queen.
Oh.
She would be consort, right?
Princess consort is what I think. There's a they don't want her. They don't. Yeah, they don't.
Princess concubine.
I don't know. I do wonder about the terminology for like spouses of leaders and stuff. Like if we do have a president with a husband, would he be the first gentleman?
Yes.
Possibly.
Well, they've had to deal with that with
Buttigieg.
Kamala.
Oh, well, that too.
And her hubby.
It's weird because like I've seen Buttigieg's husband, but I have not seen hers.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't seen him out in public at all. But how much did you see mommy, Pence's mommy? So
what? I don't know what you mean by that.
Because he calls
his wife.
Calls his wife.
Called her mother.
Oh, I'm hoping he means mother of my children and not my mommy.
It's just gross. The whole
doesn't matter when you use that. When you use mommy for your wife, it's just too weird.
Yeah, it really is. It's gross when people say daddy with their fucking male partners. It's nasty. I'm sorry. But
I love his sanity. Didn't Reagan call Nancy mommy?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Possibly,
I don't recall.
I see what you did there, Jenny.
What did I get?
That was very good. That was actually
you
very good.
Remember when they were having all those hearings and everyone kept saying, "Sorry, Senator, I don't recall."
Oh.
Way back in the day. I thought you were making that reference. Okay.
No, but isn't it interesting how those kind of phrases and stuff that happen in government become part of the common vernacular? Like now everybody says, "Let me be clear," which is of course what Obama always said. That was his phrase. And oh God, I'm trying to think of others, but there's lots of others. Every administration seems to have its own group of little idioms that follow along that America adopts.
I am not a crook.
Yeah, that one too.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Wow.
I don't think George W. had any. But his father
Let's go to war.
had the this will not
I
stand.
don't know. It's really weird actually though, because you'd think George W. would have had, with all the sort of like little Bushisms that he had, that there'd be one that would really stick out. But you know,
Yeah.
I think the problem. I mean, the thing is, it's like you go back to like, you know, the early to mid 2000s. I thought, I was just like, surely America could not ever have a president again this fucking stupid. Oh boy, how fucking wrong I was.
Oh, and Purple, I looked it up. Reagan did call Nancy Reagan mommy. I mean, if Bush Jr. did that with his wife too, okay, but Reagan definitely did.
Wow, so it's a Republican thing.
I guess.
That's extra creepy.
But I still thought with Reagan it was a senility thing.
Yeah, but I do seem to recall this senility sort of started around about the time of the Iran-Contra scandal. Not that I'm saying that had anything to do with it, but you know, I just noticed that. But
from what I've read, he was having problems like when he became president. They knew it. They claimed that it's like it came out more during his second term, but it wasn't. He had issues well before that, and they kept it as quiet as they could.
Yeah,
because they're dicks. I mean, look at all the people coming out and being like, "Yo, so Trump was fucking nuts and not well in the head," you know?
See, and how much worse would it be if he was well in the head and that's just what he's like?
Yeah. I think so. It's possible.
It is. That is who Donald Trump is. He's just this big fucking selfish, self-centered prick.
But I mean, wouldn't it be nice to believe, like, to find out, oh, no, he wasn't a prick. He was insane. That's what happened. You know, because, like, just somehow it offends my notion of reality that someone can be that awful.
Yeah.
I mean, that someone can be that awful and be sane.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, this is the thing. Anyone who's ever really looked at sort of Trump's history would. I mean, it's this what I don't get. It's like, it seems like there's a load of people who did not looked at that man's history or what, because he's just been like a petulant child his whole life when he hasn't gotten his own way on anything. I mean, I can remember there was that rival American Football League to the NFL, wasn't there, in the 1980s? He really got involved with that because he was pissy because the NFL owners wouldn't let him into their little club.
Right.
Well, basically why he ran for president, though, because they wouldn't give him a fucking Emmy for The Apprentice. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to show you." There's this whole like.
Oh no, he was looking to get into have some, should we say, political influence back in the late 1980s. If he tried to buy what was the newspaper he tried to buy? Was it the New York Daily News? He tried to buy that. So he was looking for a sort of a base off of that, and he lost out in the bid to Robert Maxwell, and which is wow, yeah, which is kind of amazing. He could actually lose out to someone who's an even bigger crook than Trump is. You know?
Well, I mean, it's funny to think about that, about someone who is so, like, their ego is so fragile, they need that constant adulation. Yeah. If anything, since I stopped making regular YouTube videos, my ego has gone down. Like I won't say my sense of self-worth, maybe my sense of importance to the world at large. I've sort of settled into this, like, who cares kind of mode.
Yeah, I mean,
you can take the most prolific, heavily liked or subscribed person on YouTube, and they mean nothing. They're completely meaningless, except
I think
dollar.
I mean, but
it
even
probably
so,
isn't.
I have a sense of my own insignificance, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah. There's
But I can kind of see it though if you were someone though who comes onto YouTube and their channel like really takes off, and like and sometimes that happens to people very quickly. You know, they go from like, you know, starting and, you know, starting with 1 or 2, you know, only having 100 something subscribers, then suddenly a year later they got 250,000 or 500,000 subscribers. That's when I think you start to see it go to some people's heads a bit, and I can understand why it happens. You know.
Well, even more so the folks who think they're owed fame, though.
Oh yeah.
You know, that one really, because Trump clearly thinks that he's owed this kind of fame. There are definitely some people who develop that, but there are others who just seem to crave it just as their nature.
yeah. Trump kind of deserves like a big pork in the ass.
Purple, so can I. And I was actually thinking of one guy in particular when I was saying that, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it here. So
yeah, I didn't want to name any names either. Most of the folks on my air any dirty laundry about are folks I haven't had contact with for ages. So why bother?
Yeah.
All
that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, but at the same time, look, you know, I could imagine if that had happened to me, if for whatever reason when I started, I'd blown up and whatever, and you know, and got like really big inside of a year. I don't know that I wouldn't have got a bit of a big head myself. So you know.
Well, I mean, I remember hearing certain YouTubers, certain atheist YouTubers, like bitching because they used to get like 3,000 subs a month and now they're down to 1. And I'm like, dude, I'm lucky to get 1,000 subs a year. And I mean, I spent 13 years building a YouTube channel that hit 25,000 subscribers just as I quit. And I mean, you know, so hearing people bitch about not getting multiple thousands in 4 weeks, I'm like, oh, shut up. And I know there's people right now who are telling me to shut up because of my 25,000, which, by the way, since I stopped making videos, has gotten down to 24.4 at this point.
Not all of the big YouTubers are dicks about it, though.
No, not all of them, but you know, I mean, there are, you know, some people can keep their heads a bit more level, but as I said, look, I don't know that I wouldn't have ended up like that if that had happened to me when I started. So you know, that's why I try not to judge too much, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I will say there are 1 or 2 people that I am thinking about. Yes, who I do think are dicks, who've been like that and have just been absolute dicks. And you know, again, I'm thinking of one person in particular, but I'm not naming names. So
I think I know who you mean, but I've got someone else in mind that
I'll put it in the private chat.
What?
I'll put it in the private chat, but I don't want it named out on
all right, no worries. That was actually, by the way, the same person I was going to name.
Oh, I never really liked him, so
yeah.
Kind of a cunt.
I agree with both of you.
There's some of the YouTubers have kind of like this fan base, this rabid fan base that are just cunts, and that you can tell that I guess that kind of makes them a cunt. I don't know.
Like,
you know what I mean?
An atheist. I mean, his fans have been pretty shitty. Oh, and what's that other guy? With the kangaroos. Atheism is a lie or some shit. I've forgotten his name. It was this big, long, like, bunch of words put together.
I don't.
I don't know. I don't know anybody.
Okay, well, he turned into a real prick and made like two videos that totaled something like an hour or a half hour, just ripping me a new one.
Why?
Oh, there we go. Yes, atheism is unstoppable. Oh, because I had made a very
that
mild
guy.
criticism of him. I mean, extremely mild. And the next thing I know, I'm his target and also the target of all of his fans. This was a couple of years ago. I really hate that guy.
I can't say I've ever watched it. I don't think I've ever watched anything of his. Honestly.
Well, much like someone else I could point to, he spends his whole time just being a prick, and I think that's the appeal.
Yeah, can be. It actually can be. It's a bit weird. It can be a bit of an appeal to some for some reason. Yeah, I've never watched the guy, to be honest. So
the funny part to me is that he did his best to not merely attack me, my character, my content, but also my looks, of course. And I'm like, nobody thinks my looks are worse than I do, so give me your worst. It was funny, like when people think they have a weapon and it just falls flat because, well, you think worse of yourself than they do in certain respects.
Yeah. Yes.
I put a name in there. Is that who you're talking about?
No. No, that guy. That guy you put in the private chat. He's just in irrelevance anyway. I won't give any attention to.
If you meant the guy I was talking about, I meant atheism is unstoppable.
Yeah,
at least the one that I just said. The one that's
Yeah.
in the private chat, the one that Jeff and I agree with, that's different.
Right up the top of the private chat, Jenny. You might have missed.
Yeah, I just started following him when I first got involved in the community and stuff. I thought he was, pretty bright guy, charismatic and stuff like that. And then I just, after a while, I'm going, dude.
Yeah.
You're a 10-gallon guy and you won't fit in this 50-gallon drum. It's it's so big.
Yeah. But
so I stopped watching him.
It's a shame when you've been watching someone for a while and you find yourself reaching for that unsubscribe button.
Yeah.
There was someone I recently unsubscribed, not an atheist. It was actually a news channel, and I'd been watching for ages, but the guy started taking these like weird stances on certain issues where I was like, I can't support that, but I'll stick around. Oh, wait, you put up 4 more that I can't support. All right, I'm done. And he put up this like wildly anti-trans rant at one point, and I was like, I have too many friends who are affected by that one. No. So, yeah, it sucked. I didn't want to do it. I've been watching him for years, but what can you do?
Just move on.
Well, we get to, learn and grow and all that stuff too. So.
Oh,
Jeff
left. He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
I mean, the live is still going. I assume we're still broadcasting.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe he went to get some cake.
Ooh, cake.
Yeah, I know. Now I want cake. I made a really good cake a couple months ago. I made a German chocolate cake. Took the time to whip the eggs and everything like that. It was very good. I thought it was good, at least. Is he gonna
to continue my taste of my foolishness? I have a date with this woman tomorrow.
Wait, what?
the young one.
We're going out on a lunch date.
I thought you said you weren't doing that shit.
Well, but we can be friends.
Then don't call it a date.
That's great, isn't it? When the internet craps out on you on your own stream.
Well, that's more flattering than what we thought you had done.
Yeah.
Well, you said you thought he went to go get cake.
Well, yes, but at first I know. If we didn't say it, I thought he left because he hated all of us.
Well, he does. That's okay. Let's do it.
Well, I am actually going to have to make a run to the fridge in a little bit to top up on beer in a minute, but that's about it.
You don't have a fridge in your broadcast location? God.
Unfortunately, no.
How old school.
Yeah, heck, my desk doesn't even have a cup holder. Darn it.
I don't allow liquids on the same desk as a computer. Just not allowed.
My chair doesn't have seat warmers.
Shut up, Steve.
Oh, come on. It's fun to act spoiled. I mean, not to actually be spoiled, to fake it.
Cheers,
Well,
Harry.
I can't cosplay spoiled without being spoiled, but you know what I mean. I'm right now streaming in spoiled face.
What, you're wearing makeup? No.
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 Actually, I look positively ridiculous in makeup. I look better, just natural.
Fuck you.
No. Other people can make makeup work, but I'm not saying I look good without makeup. I'm saying I look so much worse with it.
I'm saying that some of us have to put makeup on because we look horrible without it. That's why I'm saying.
I've seen you without it. You're better than I am.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, thank you, Kate.
Yeah, Mark, I'd love to take tips from Neil the 604 atheist, but I'm afraid I'm just insanely jealous of the fact that he's got much better hair than I've got.
So
Don't get me started on better hair. I have a whole video explaining why I hate my fucking head fur.
And since we've had people like Chad and that come into the community now, it's like I'm not even anywhere near the top 3 anymore. You know.
So like the whole week that I'm at John's, his studio is on the 2nd floor, and that's where we spent most of our time hanging out. But whenever he would, either of us wanted a drink, I would go downstairs to the kitchen and get one. And then I think it's like 2 nights before I left, we did a drunk podcast for Goddamn Podcast. 2 of us drank, and we're not drinkers, so we got super fucked up. But anyway, so we bring we got like these ciders and brings them in, and there's a fucking fridge behind the computer, like a mini fridge. And it'd been there the whole time. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I could have been getting your stupid sodas from up here this whole time. That pissed me off. But anyway, that was a fridge in the room story for you.
Dick Dawson has great hair too.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever actually seen the guy. I've seen his username, and that's it.
Yeah, Occasionally he goes on camera on streams. He looks nothing like his avatar. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, I haven't even heard his voice yet.
Oh, he has this incredible radio announcer, golden voice kind of guy.
I got to feel. I don't know if he ever did any like radio. He's definitely sounds like he has though. He's definitely
he's been in the entertainment business for a long time.
Yeah, he's been
radio and different things.
I know he's been in the music business and played in bands and stuff for a long time.
This is a lot I didn't know about the guy.
Yeah, he has long rock and roller hair, and it's just really big and dense, and it's probably thick and luscious, and I hate him.
How do you really feel, Jenny?
Well, I mean, it's funny to me how people don't like flat hair. I'm like, I would kill for Cleopatra hair. You know, like that level of straight hair where there's all these people going, oh, I envy the curls. And I'm like, yes, but I can't fucking control them without a flat iron that destroys it. So if you want to have one hairstyle for the rest of your life, and that hairstyle is 1980s Weird Al Yankovic, you can have my hair. You know?
Everybody with curled hair wants straight hair, and everybody with straight hair wants curled hair.
Yeah, well, I want my hair to be the only straight thing about me.
Nice.
Well, okay, eyes and spine, but still.
No, your spine, straight spine would not be good.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't twisted be and curved like you have scoliosis. That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, Harry, I want to not go bald too. That would really suck.
I was going to say the bald people just want hair, period.
Yeah, this is. I just say it's good that it's good that I didn't sort of get into like one of the big sort of fashion fads that was around when I was at school. That was guys getting skinhead cuts, um,
Mm.
and it's like it seems like it seems like them doing that for a number of years. I think maybe is what helped Mother Nature get rid of, make them go bald a bit quicker. I don't know. It seems to have. That was sort of like that was just like an in thing for a while at school. It was guys getting skinhead cuts.
I shaved my hair completely off in high school because I was that frustrated with it. It was a bad idea, but well,
Well, Harry, the thing about having long hair is like you can headbang and without really putting any effort in, and it makes it look like you're putting a shit ton of effort in. Just more than you actually are. You see, that's the good thing about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with my hair down, even though it's always long. But because growing up as a gymnast and a dancer, we always had to put our hair back. It was really bad if hair got in your face. It had to be like back and like tight back. So my hair is always almost just like up in this knot, and that's just how it's comfortable.
I could not have heard that correctly.
What?
I heard you say your hair was up in snot.
No, a knot.
Oh, a knot. Oh. Well, okay.
Yeah. But it's basically the same thing I've been doing with my hair since I was like 14 years old. So
I've always wanted to grow a ponytail down to my ass.
I used to have my hair was long enough that I could sit. I would be able to sit on it by accident. Sometimes it sucked because I would like get it caught in car doors and shit. But and
I want to be able to drape it forward over my left shoulder.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah, but my hair gets so brittle and breaks off so easily that it almost never gets below my nipples.
Oh.
It's very frustrating.
That's the plague I have. As I've gotten older, my hair has gotten thinner and thinner. Not square footage, but diameter. It's almost spider silk thickness now.
Yeah,
well, my case is just dry, Harry, really dry and brittle.
Yeah, Harry, that's kind of right. Yeah, that's what skinhead sort of thing was. Basically, just means shaving down to the skin. But it was a sort of big subculture in Britain at one time. Unfortunately, it sort of got hijacked by a lot of bloody far right and racists as well. So, which is unfortunate because that seems to be what a lot of people associate with skinhead culture now. Because they just, but it certainly never started off that way.
Yeah, I always picture like fascists and Nazis and white supremacists when I think of skinheads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the name of I'm trying to remember the name of the band actually. There was actually like a left-leaning skinhead band that was around in the 80s. I'm trying to remember their name now. But it was one of those things they were trying to, Redskin, that was the name, which is in retrospect probably wasn't necessarily the greatest name because that obviously has racist connotations in itself. But the whole thing was red as in like Marxist red is what they meant, and that's kind of. But their whole thing was to try and claim skinhead culture back, but it just didn't work. But I kind of applaud the effort.
Well, if we're going to talk about bands that present themselves, just visually speaking, hair, clothing, et cetera, in odd ways, I think I'll just stick to that all-girl Japanese band that plays naked.
Really? Who are they?
I forget the name of it. It was like this novelty news item. I don't know if they're even still going, but yeah, there was this all-girl Japanese rock and roll band that was playing naked.
Interesting.
Never heard of that one's Hops. Never
Hmm.
heard of them.
Where did Stool go? He ran away.
Apparently, I think he went to shave his head.
Yeah.
He looks really funny without the beard.
He shaved his beard?
He shaved his
Once, a
beard?
while about a couple of months ago, I saw him without the chin pubes, and
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the beard suits him.
Yeah. I've seen him once without it. It was weird. It was super weird. Like, don't do that again.
Some people need a beard. You just don't want to look otherwise.
Uh,
Oh, Jenny.
that's a shame, Hops. That's a pity you can't join. 'Cause I haven't spoken to you in months, mate.
It does seem like it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, I know why he hasn't. I do know why he hasn't been around a bit as well. But it's not really. It's not my place to say. But
Well, to what Harry is saying there, like some people have tried to reclaim the swastika. I had an Indian friend in school back in the day, Jignesh. And like over there, the swastika represents some sort of funky peace thing, but the little tines on the end are reversed, like it's going either clockwise or counterclockwise, where the Nazi one is going the other way. But when I first saw that tapestry in their home, I was like, what the fuck? Because I was pretty young. I was like in middle school, so I didn't know that was anything other than the guys that Indiana Jones fought. So that was a bit of an eye opener.
There was a high school back home, Shorewood High School. The building was built, probably in the teens or 20s of 19s. I'm really not sure, but it was definitely pre-World War II. And the insides of the school, there's all this tile, and they have this one pattern where it's kind of like a strip above a field of brownish Sierra kind of tile, and every other or every third or fourth tile is a swastika. But of course, it's it was the backwards type like the Navajos would use or something like that. And it's a predominantly Jewish neighborhood. But I don't know that they ever changed it. I don't remember ever hearing any uproar about them having it. So it might still be there.
Yeah,
that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I do get what Harry was saying. Though I think some things it is just it's sort of wasting. You're almost wasting your trying to reclaim them now.
Yeah. I would feel icky using the OK symbol now, whether it was above my waist or not.
It's weird that it started as like it wasn't a real thing. It wasn't actually. It was just a rumor that it was a white power symbol, and then they adapted it as a white power symbol. So
I remember the Southern Poverty Law Center was showing examples of the kind of signals that are being passed on by white supremacist stuff, and this was at least 10 years before the internet. It was practically not before the internet, but before.
What does it mean? Like you said, you guys saw the fucking Nazis descend on the Capitol on the Lincoln Memorial the other day, and they're all fucking wearing hoods. When what you're doing, is so goddamn shameful that you have to wear fucking masks or you have to have secret signals to talk to each other. Maybe you're in the fucking wrong. Ever think of that?
Hold on. I mean, I'm not defending the bastards here, Amanda, at all. But I can tell you why a lot of them wear masks. And there's a lot of people on the left, like anarchist groups, do it for the same bloody reason. They don't want to get filmed by law enforcement. They don't want their. That's what a lot of it is.
Well, but that's her whole point, is that if you're doing something so bad that they want to film you,
Well, they probably think they're freedom fighters for the truth
Yeah.
or some shit.
Well, they
You
do.
know, where it's
You-
like,
you
oh,
are-
we're,
I mean,
we're not getting in trouble for being
you've gotta
bad. We're getting in
remember,
trouble
you're talk-
because the bad people are
You-
against us.
You've got to remember that you are also talking about you got guys. There's lots of pretty much anyone who's in a far right group, like or ultra right group, is also a goddamn paranoid conspiracy theorist as well. But I found the funniest one was the funniest one. I think must be a picture of it. It was like the English Defence League rally, and you had like these 3 or 4 of them all wearing masks over their face or whatever, trying to hide their faces. And do you know what they said on the sign they were holding up? Ban the burqa. I shit you not.
Wow.
I love these.
But of course now some of them are in a bit of a moral dilemma because they think wearing masks is at the front to their freedom. So they're all they're all a bit confused right now.
That's rich.
But you used to have a lot. It's a similar thing with a lot of the like left-wing anarchists who did the same thing when they. But I've watched them on demos before, and some of them would go out and what's their black blocs or whatever. They're fucking idiots. I don't mind calling them that. And I know there's some anarchists in the community who, sort of who support that sort of thing. But sorry, the black bloc things are fucking idiots. They seem to go out thinking, smashing windows up in a high street, thinking that's going to start the revolution. It's just fucking. It's self-defeating, is all it is.
Yeah, I don't really get the mindset exactly. I mean, and what revolution exactly is going to be started by just random ass violence? I wonder. Like, shouldn't they issue a manifesto of some sort and say this violence is in the name of blah, and we'll keep doing it until blah? I mean, like, do they even do that?
I think some of them do, but I've got to say I don't know what it's like in America, but UK anarchists are pretty dense fucking bunch by and large. And again, that's not all of them, but the sort of main groups or collectives or whatever they want to call themselves, class war and that, they're just fucking morons.
Anybody see that video that's been going around last day or so? It's a bunch of white supremacists with their masks and handkerchiefs over their faces and carrying their little shields, and how they arm in arm and protect themselves with these things, and they were absolutely chased off by a bunch of teenagers.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was fucking awesome. There were a shit ton of them too. They literally opened up a fucking truck and a bunch of came out, and they were afraid of like 7 teenagers. They were in like bitches. It was awesome.
Yeah, they owned them. It was great.
It's something I feel like Angel would have been part of that. Made me proud. Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, I know. Well, I believe in punching Nazis. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for.
Nazis.
I've got very complex thoughts upon that. I'm not going to complain too much if one of them gets punched in the mouth. I really am not. But I've got more. Again, it's more tactical issues with some of the more militant anti-fascist groups than anything else. And I'm not against actually confronting them on the street at all. Far from it. But I think there's just it's a bit of a long thing to go into. But it's I'm against squadism is what I'm against. And that's a long old thing to get into right now because there's such a history to that.
Gotcha.
I have to break.
Now, I'm not sure I heard that correctly. Did you say squadism?
Yeah.
That's a new one on me, but I think I know what you meant.
Well, it's I suppose it was a term that was sort of you know, coined in the UK, and it was it was there were sort of certain groups that were formed by some of the left wing groups as like people squads by groups like the you know, so it was basically it was a way of having their own sort of heavy mob and the left having their own heavy mob. And there wasn't, and I will say there was actually a need for it at the time because National Front you know, literally were attacking, you know, meetings and stuff, and it was, you know, it was sort of a defense mechanism. But what it seemed to evolve into was what it just seemed to evolve into is that these groups sort of went off by themselves and, like, you know, kept wanting to go out and into getting into punch ups with the National Front on a weekly basis, even way after the National Front actually stopped being a threat, and you know, we had to deal with something a bit different in the British National Party. But I suppose that squadism, some of Antifa's tactics are a bit based on squadism. It's ultimately a bit self-defeat. It does. It's more about like militant action rather than getting mass action against them, which is, you know, mass action is what you kind of need.
Mm. Well, I mean, there's a lot of times where political groups will fracture and form factions where it's like we agree on everything except for these two things, and thus you are scum to us,
Well,
kind of thing.
well, I'll tell you this: it's an old adage, you know. One communist is a communist, two communists is a party, three communists is a split.
Mm.
That's and you know, I've been around, active on the left for a long time. Not over the past few years, not so much, but I've seen us time and time again shoot ourselves in the fucking foot, and it's like we never learn our lesson. We never learn.
Well, it's the same thing everywhere, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
goodness knows we haven't learned from the Spanish flu with this pandemic.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to get myself a beer, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Well, I'm starting to get to a point where the hunger is becoming impossible to ignore, so I might have to go soon too, but we'll see. It does involve getting out of bed.
You're in bed?
I am. I'm on my laptop.
Oh. I don't know if I ever knew you did that sometimes. Okay.
This is actually the very first time I've ever done it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so, you know, take solace in that you didn't know something there wasn't anything to know.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'd actually be on camera if I felt I was in any way presentable.
Kate, are you naked?
No, actually, I'm not. I mean, I am underneath these clothes.
Yeah, that's not the same.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's
We'll
okay.
pop back up. We were talking about you. Stool.
Sorry, what? Huh?
I said Stool just popped back up because we were talking about him.
We were. We said his name too many times and he showed up.
Same Bloody Mary in the mirror. All right. I need to go because I need to make him food.
Oh.
So I'll wait till Jeff gets back though. Say happy birthday.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take off here. I know it's only been an hour or so, but I kind of want to take a nap.
Yeah, that's why I'm in bed. I just did not have the energy to sit at the desktop today.
I had to get up really early this morning. I had to move a car to keep the police happy.
It's also very Seattle out right now. Those clouds are not inviting.
Here it's sunny and about 20, 28, 25, 28 degrees, something like that.
It's like 65 here, but it's fucking raining.
A little
So,
windy, so it goes through whatever you're wearing.
So my computer has a weather widget on it, and I can see the forecast. But what it doesn't have that my phone does is here's the temperature. Here's what it feels like.
yeah, that's the weather app on my phone does that. My computer right now just says 64 and rain showers.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, here it is. Feels like 60. All right, it's 62 right now.
I do not miss, like, I like snow and all, but like I don't miss the fucking cold that's so cold that no matter how much you wear it, it fucking hurts. Growing up in New England like that, no thanks, I'm good.
Yeah, that was my experience in Vermont as well. And I also have like really tiny veins. And so, like, my limbs and extremities weren't heating themselves, never mind the tips of my ears and the tip of my nose. And I could not explain to my parents that going out in Vermont snow was literally painful and I didn't want to do it. They were like, but you need your exercise. I'm like, no, actually, I need to put some fat on so I can actually survive the winter.
Actually,
You know?
having extra fat does not make you any warmer. That's just not
Okay.
true, because you're cold because of this temperature of your skin, and being
Yeah.
fat, you have more skin, so you're actually more cold.
I know it's just a stereotype because of bears eating for hibernation time, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of different.
Well, I know, but it's it wasn't meant to be completely analyzed scientifically. It was just a thing to say that people could understand.
Well, I don't know the molecular structure of. Never mind.
Shut the fuck up, Jenny.
I'm
No, I
just
mean,
going
like,
for this
my veins are
bullshit.
so small.
Just
I mean,
teasing.
because like when I was having the whole seizures thing, and they were testing me for every goddamn thing, I was poked and prodded with every needle they could find. Eventually, I was like, "Look, stop digging around in my Krellbow. You're gonna find the vein you're looking for in the back of my hand."
Yeah.
I had to
That's my life.
I had to get these things called beer blocks, and they have to put an IV into your feet. And I have really
Yeesh.
shitty veins anyway, and IVs in your feet hurt a lot. And there was this one day that the nurse just could not get it in. She must have poked me 8 or 9 times, and she was like, "I have to give up because I'm like literally torturing you at this point." So
Yeah.
I used to have
Well,
easy to get into veins in my elbow, and I've just been popped so many damn times now. They've all the lab people have just given up and go right for my hands most of the time now.
well, in my arm, they've poked through veins enough times where I'm like, okay, now I'm going to have a bruise for a couple of days. Thank you so much. You know, it's just because my veins are that tiny that they can go straight through one with like a normal poke. That's why I want them to go for the back of my hand, because those veins are visible. You can see them. Hell, they distend the skin a little.
Have you seen? There's this new technology. Well, it's several years old now, where they can, you put your arm down on the table, they shine a light on it, this special lighting system, and it shows the veins that are under your skin several millimeters.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, it really is. The phlebotomists love it.
Well, the one that knocks me out now is how they can take your temperature from like a foot away.
Yeah.
Like when I was going to get, actually, I guess it was when I went to the DMV a year ago. They were like, okay, like you have to have masks on, and let's see your vaccination card. Plus, we're going to check you for symptoms. This guy was coming around with this thing that looked like a pricing gun from like a cash register. Just like pointed it at my forehead and got my temperature. I was like, holy shit. That's even more efficient than that little weird metal ball they run over your head, you know?
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, yeah, that one's funky. They just take this thing. It looks like halfway between marble and golf ball. And it's on this little device. They run it over your forehead. And it takes like literally a second and a half to get your temperature.
Huh. Yeah. When I worked in a hospital in the 70s, the digital thermometers just started to come out, And compared to what today's are, they were so funny. First of all, you'd have to turn the damn thing on and put the probe cover on and give it to the patient, and it would take at least 2 to 3 minutes for it to get an actual temperature.
Yowza.
And so you got this thing on a wire sticking in their mouth that weighs a ton, and people are, I can't hold this any longer. So how much you got it. We don't have any regular thermometers. And
well, better than a glass one up the ass. So
well, yeah, that's true. I never liked those much.
all right, I'm off. I gotta feed the child dinner. But happy birthday, Jeff. I hope you
Thanks,
have a good day
Amanda.
tomorrow.
I think I was listening. I gather you're all looking to drop off in a minute anyway. So.
Well, eventually, I mean, I do need to get food. I have to decide what, though, and that could take a while.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jeff. And
no worries. Thanks.
Good seeing you, Jenny and Kate. I will see you guys
Likewise.
later.
Have fun. Be well.
You too.
I didn't realize it was your birthday, Jeff. I missed that conversation.
It's tomorrow. It's technically tomorrow, but I'm going to be too busy. We'll have a stream tomorrow, so I'm going to be 42 years old. Hence the title of the stream. Life.
I get it.
Yeah, life, the universe, and everything.
Well, you should become brilliant tomorrow.
Theoretically.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And Kate, nice to see you again.
Or at least my avatar. You too.
Likewise.
Although, weren't we on a couple of movie nights occasionally recently?
Yeah. I come and go on movie nights. I'm taking a sabbatical.
Fair enough. Well, it's good to see you too. Kung Pao chicken. That's what I'm hungry for. I want Kung Pao chicken.
Chat, have a lovely afternoon and evening. Love to see you all. Bye-bye.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to come in, let us know.
I always have a problem with being alone on a stream. Like, I'm doing one of those things for Diana, the kidney thing. And I don't know how the fuck I'm going to fill 2 hours unless people guest with me.
It's probably best to do that, I think, because I definitely I can get on by myself for a little while if I've got something to talk about, like I had the other night. But like I streamed the other night, but it was left only about 35 minutes, and you sort of got to a point. It's like, okay, I've said everything I've got to say about this now. Otherwise, if I, when you start sort of noticing, okay, I've actually started repeating myself. It's like, okay, time to end this.
Yeah. I mean, I did scripted videos for the most part for a reason.
Yeah.
Because honestly, unless I was like unboxing something, I didn't have anything to talk about at all. Actually, it's funny because Stool just, talked about stream right down there. One of the best unboxing streams I did was when he was there to provide color commentary. So,
I could imagine that. I can imagine the sort of color commentary. Well, seeing as like Stool's my new football buddy now, so
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He learned all about football with me during the European Championships.
I am so tempted to try to pretend I don't know what you mean by football and start talking about the NFL, but I won't. Heck, I won't even mention it.
Yeah. Actually, I was actually on two streams. We were still talking about one where I think it was myself, Godless Sewing, and I think it was Hops. Hops, were you there? I think you were there. Still, we were watching the final, England and Italy, and that was just a good lot of fun. Even though England lost, but it was just a nice, fun stream. Then unfortunately, I was on the stream a day or two later, and we were talking, and unfortunately we had to talk about all the racist fucking racism that reared its ugly head at the end of the match, which is
well, I have a question about this football thing, because you talk about, England lost. Is it just Europe competes, or are there like local British teams or whatever?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's obviously there's obviously leagues and leagues in every country that's got a soccer league, of course. So I think we've got Hops.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Been a
mate.
while.
Hey, Kate. Hey,
Well, I mean, because like here in the United States, all of our teams are states, except for the ones that are from Canada, because there's a
Yeah.
couple of those, and like I don't know how other countries organize their sports, so I was curious.
It's
Towns.
weird. Oh, you've got the stream going in the background, Hops. Or oh no, it's gone now. There was an echo. There was an echo there briefly. It's gone now.
I've got some trouble with my microphone. Might be that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my headset. I only got sound in one of my ears, but if I
Wow, I should not be tired already. It's only noon 30.
Yeah, I mean, generally it's generally like towns and stuff with our sports leagues, with the exception of like cricket, because that seems to all be divided by the sort of counties in England. That's like the only one that is. But college sports are not a thing here like they are in America.
I don't know. I always thought it was weird that people were so into college sports, but then again, I'm not really sports people to begin with.
Yeah.
I like Clane ball.
Not sure I know that one.
Oh, Clane ball is just like hockey, but there's no skating or puck.
All right.
You just hit each other with sticks.
All right. It's a bit like field hockey then, or
Well, but field hockey still has a ball.
yeah.
still sounds like hurling.
Curling?
Hurling.
Hurling.
Oh. I don't know that one. Is it anything like caber tossing?
I wouldn't say cable tossing. No, it's an Irish form of hockey. You could also almost call it. So they run around with these sticks called a kaman, and they punch a ball. Issue is if there happens to be a head in the way of the ball, be that a head from the opposing team or your own team, you're just gonna smash it anyway. It's the most insane sport I've ever seen, and even counting mixed martial arts and stuff like that. It's completely insane.
It sounds like what you're telling me is that people in the UK don't actually have naturally bad teeth.
Now, Ireland isn't the UK.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. But I mean, point being, you said it was Irish, so I figured, never mind. It was a bad joke. The moment's lost. I'll just be over here.
British Isles. Okay,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I'm just trying to find it actually. You aware of that variant of football that's played in Florence? I think is it Florence every year, Calcio Storico. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. That's
Never heard of
insane.
That's just a fighting match, basically.
Yeah.
I thought that was rugby.
Does look a bit like rugby, but I mean, at least in rugby they have protection gear on.
Do they?
Yeah.
I thought in rugby they just played in those silly shirts.
No, I mean there is a sort of, but there is like I used to wear a scrum cap, but it's not like but it's not like the sort of armor that American football players wear.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But they do wear helmets also, or at least leather caps or something like that, don't they? Or isn't that obligatory? Isn't that mandatory?
No.
Okay.
Scrum caps are not, no.
Just pretty insane then.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what little I've seen of rugby really does just look like an excuse to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me just try an experiment with my equipment here. I want to see if I can get these to work a bit better.
Okay, this is it. Oops. What's happened? This is it.
Wow. Okay.
This is something that I won't put the sound on, but this is some game they play in the city of Florence.
Oh,
but
that's what that is. Okay.
the ball go. I think once the referee puts the ball in, then it's just fucking anarchy. But now my thing's buffering.
Is there a goal with that ball? Are you supposed to put it in
Hang on there.
a goal? I mean, because if the ball is an afterthought to the beating each other up part,
Okay, that's not working.
whoa! I do believe Hopswatch just left. Whether on purpose or not, I don't know. It's funny, Mark. I thought that the sport of gentlemen involved horses, like polo or some shit, or maybe hunting. I don't know, fox hunting.
Okay.
No, wait, it might be something else, like golf. I don't know, or tennis. It could be tennis.
You still there, Kate?
I am. I mean, you can see me talking here. I'll with the private chat.
What's happened here?
So I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, can you actually hear? Because I can't hear anything.
All right, I can hear you. Whoops, I'm trying to type and not doing it well. I can hear you. There we go. Water polo, yeah, horses drown. I get you.
Okay.
Yes, Jeff, I can hear you. Whoa, look at me. I'm all alone on the stream. And I was just saying that I'm not sure what to say when I'm all alone on a stream. And now here I am in the hot seat. Oh, joy. And I still don't have my Kung Pao chicken. Darn it. Dag nabbit consarn it. You know, I did a whole video once where I spent the entire time telling the person I was responding to that they were stupid using the most, I don't know, generic fluffy bunny 1950s. You can say this on TV, swearing kind of stuff. You know, dag nabbit consarn it, shucky darn, all of that through the whole video. It was fun. Now Stool wants me to churn butter quickly. I don't actually have a butter churn. In fact, in my entire life, I think I've only been in the presence of one butter churn ever, and nobody was using it. It does sort of, look like some sort of, I don't know, toilet plunger apparatus thing, doesn't it? I don't know who I'm asking. You guys are going to be I don't know what the lag is between me and the chat right now. So whatever I said, it could be a minute before you guys come back. Starting to wonder, how long should I leave it before I decide Jeff's not coming back and I should go? Oh, hey, there's something in the private chat. Let's see what it says. Oh, no, it's Hopswatch. It's not Jeff. I don't have an update. I don't know. Maybe I could talk about stuff nobody else cares about, but then that would be a very boring stream, wouldn't it? Gosh. So anyway, I could say something super controversial, like how I think The Fifth Element is a really shitty movie. Like one of the most shallow things I've ever experienced. It's pure style over substance. How's my animation going? Pretty well, actually. I've been making a lot of progress. I crossed the 17-minute mark not too long ago. And it really is some of my best work. Now, I've spent, 3-4 years working on this thing. My animation skills have improved vastly since I started. And so, Act 1, it just doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as professional, and I'm tempted to redo it, but I feel like that would be letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. But actually, I'm more thinking about whether or not I'm proud of it. Okay, Xander, get out of there. Down, boy. Sorry, he was climbing onto a big old pile of stuffed animals, and he has this annoying tendency to pee in places he shouldn't. So I was just, like heading that off at the pass. And look, there's more private chattery to go here. Not bad. Okay. Oh, I'm pretty funny to listen to. Yeah, I wish that was intentional. Oh, well. But, oh, wait, Jeff, are you saying you can't even get back in? Ah, crap. Okay. Then I guess I should go get that food because I really have been hungry for a while. And if I'm all low on someone else's channel, here's Hopswatch. Okay, well, Jeff's not here. Let's talk about him.
Oh, hi.
Hey, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, so for how long have you known Jeff?
Well, I mean, it's been a couple of years since I've noted his presence. I'm not sure when we started interacting.
There he is.
Okay. I'm back in on my phone because I can't seem to get in on my own computer at the moment. So
How strange.
yes, that's really weird what's just happened there.
Mm-hmm.
So
it does weird stuff sometimes, Stranger.
It does some weird stuff, and I couldn't get back in. So I eventually got myself back in here, and then it wouldn't let me add myself. It's just very rather strange.
Yeah. I think I got to know Scummer back in 2 years ago during the Christmas. What should we call it? That Christmas chat thingy we had going with pups.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The one where Perps organizes this big, huge, like 72-hour event thing.
Yeah. And that's the first time I went on the stream with you too, Kate.
Oh, right on. Yeah, it's funny because ever since those seizures, my memory has turned to crap, and people keep telling me about stuff that I don't remember at all. I wonder if any of you are messing with me, just making up shit that never happened because I can't remember.
We could the relay chat that was the word I was looking for, but we could find the file and I could show you. So no, I'm
not saying you're lying to me. I'm just saying how many people have taken the opportunity?
All right. So this is weird. I still technically have control over most things in my StreamYards. I just can't add myself through there. That's a bit really weird, but it's all right. I can talk on my phone. And yes, Sarah, I do miss a lot of those. I've lost Tops again.
It seems like I'm the only one here with a stable internet connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it says he's in the background, but I'm struggling to add it. Okay, looks like I've added him now.
There's a login button I wanted to click, but that threw me off the stream. So that was dumb. At least not an issue with your equipment, Jeff.
Yeah.
So what are you doing tonight, guys? I'm going to work in a few hours. I'm on night shift.
Monday. I really don't have a damn thing to do on Monday nights.
And when I'm going to work, it'll be Tuesday.
I don't know what Mark just asked me. Am I inciting people to? Oh, the thing with my memory. No, I'd rather none of you did that. Thank you.
No, let's not do that to Kate.
Nope.
Yeah. Anyway, I really am very hungry, so I'm gonna go get some Kung Pao chicken. I'll catch you like the plague, folks. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks for popping in, Kate. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great seeing you again.
And happy birthday and all that. I'd issue spankings, but
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near you.
Oh, you know, just virtual one will do. Virtual one will do.
Alrighty then. 43, including the one for good luck. Have fun.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Bye bye. Right. Well, good to see you again. By the way, Jeff, it has been a while,
it's been way too long. I mean, yeah, I know, like you've been working funny hours and everything, and
yeah, but I mean, the feeling bothering to do videos and to do stuff at all, it has kind of let me down for the last couple of months. I haven't had the energy to do anything.
I think you can get into because I've definitely gone through periods when I've not been feeling quite right, and the last thing I've really wanted to do is make so there's been definitely periods where I've been not making videos for 2, sometimes 3 months, and then like I come back.
Yeah. But I mean, I am considering at the moment if I even want to go down the path that I kind of dug out with my YouTube channel. I think it's way too much work to do all the editing with the beer reviews that only get like 20 views or something. So what I was thinking of doing more is doing more streams, talking to people, because that's good fun, and people are actually interacting, responding, and first of all, watching.
Well, because I remember you. Actually, I was in a couple of the after parties, wasn't it? It was because you had Aaron Ra on.
I had Aaron Ra on. That was really awesome.
That was and Kate as well, wasn't it? Because I remember being in the after party for that. But
I had Kate on as well. I've had Fight the Flat Earth also on.
Yeah, I was actually gonna get him on my channel, but it was I probably will try again in the new year, but I got it was some real life stuff going on with me, and I just said to Craig, I'll try it again sometime later because there was some, it was
right.
But yeah, because I mind you, I need to catch up because I haven't watched many of his streams recently. But I think it's I mean, he's sort of. I think he seems to be finding new flat earthers to massacre on his stream.
Cool. Well, I mean, he must be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I think this is the problem. Well, I think this is the problem, isn't it? That you kind of I think some of the flat Earth debunkers and that, and then some of the, should we say, a lot of the debates and whatever. I think like the debunkers and stuff, they've all been a bit of a victim of their own success in a certain respect, because all of the big name flat earthers pretty much won't do debates anymore.
No. And there's a different issue as well. I don't know if it's becoming that much of an issue. I mean, at least for the debunkers, but it's but on the other side, it's an absolutely horrible one. I mean, the flat earthers are dying of COVID. Heard about Rob Skiba and Flat Earth Foca.
Flat Earth Foca, and then I've heard two different things about Foca. Well, I heard it was COVID. The other I heard it was a heart attack. But I'm not entirely sure. But he did. From what I heard, he did look like he'd been quite ill for a while before he passed away.
Did you see that video by
Bob
Science Guy?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I know it wasn't COVID, but Super Rats. He died.
He died too? I did not know.
Yeah, he had cancer. He died. He died a few days after Boca, I think. It was
Wow. No,
you
I
know,
didn't hear that. I
yeah,
did not know that.
yeah. Apparently he had cancer. Now I I did hear, and now this is, and I will say this is unconfirmed, but I did hear he was trying a load of alternative medicine to beat it, and but I don't know whether that's true or not. So
No.
that's sort of something that's so I don't want to swear to that being true, but it was announced that Subarats had passed away. So
But
I mean,
even if he did, no one is to say that's what caused him to die. It might just have
No.
done absolutely nothing. I mean,
yeah, it's one of those things that, how can I put it? I mean, talked about people. I mean, to be honest, I talked about people who, I'll be honest, I did not like any of those guys. But you don't wish death on them. You know,
nope.
you got
No, you
to.
don't.
I mean, Super Rats. I mean, Super Rats. I mean, you know, because he was gonna. I'm trying to remember what he was. He was going to debate, but it was going to be on Sideman. Sideman Dan was going to lend his channel.
Okay.
And have it. I can't remember who it was. Super Rats. It may have been Red's Rhetoric. I'm not entirely sure. That they were going to debate, and Simon Dan was going to host it. But then Super Rats went on some like real big transphobic rant on his channel. So Simon Dan was like, "No, fuck it, I'm not having you on my channel." After that, so I'm not platforming this guy after that, and which I can't blame him for.
No, who could?
But yeah, I almost think like in a way, I do think because a lot of a lot of the big name flat earthers as well stopped doing debates because they really got their asses handed to them so many times.
Right?
But,
yeah, I mean they did, didn't they?
And there was a bit of a while where there was a number of shows. There was about 3 or 4 different flat Earth debate shows every week. Because there'd be fight would be doing his stuff. Sometimes like Team Skeptic would be in it, and Team Skeptic sort of moved away from Flat Earth altogether now. He doesn't. But
I haven't seen much of his stuff lately. I have to admit.
Yeah,
I'm focusing on other channels.
Yeah, I haven't been watching it. I haven't been watching him much recently. And of course, back in that non sequitur was doing 2 or 3 of them a week as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually was looking at that saying that she was trying to say like Stephen Cole, you're blowing your fucking load on this flat Earth stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even back then, I was sort of saying because it was just because at the time it seemed to be a bit of a hot topic that everyone was wanting to that got good numbers. And Modern Day Debate was quite regularly hosting them. It was just and I almost think that like again some of the big name flat earthers got absolutely spanked by so bad they wouldn't do debates anymore. I mean, Jeranism never did a debate again after getting spanked first by Aaron Ra and then by Red's Rhetoric.
Right.
So he never debated again. Obviously them, Bob Nadell, all those guys, they sort of all stopped. Eric Debay has never had the balls to get on a debate with anyone.
Nope, he hasn't.
Oakley will not come away from his own channel and his mute button. He's too scared to do it.
Yep. How about the other Nathan Thompson?
Thompson's another match. Thompson will still do debates. It's just that there's not many channels left that will platform him.
No, of course not.
Because he's been caught like it. To say Nathan Thompson's anti-Semitism has come out once or twice.
Right.
Of
course it has.
That's why channels won't platform him.
No.
I wouldn't platform him.
It's eerie, isn't it? That every time you've got a conspirator they will be anti-Semites for some reason.
Yeah.
I just don't get why. What is it that makes those people so interesting for them? But
I don't
they
know.
need to hate them. I just don't get it.
I mean, obviously, it goes back to this. There's been a long history of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, isn't there? And
yeah, but it's insane that they are so long lived. Why is that the case?
but
I actually read Martin Luther's work on the Jews. That's a bit of a stretch calling it that. Read it in the original German. It's an absolutely horrible. Right. It's an absolutely horrible piece of literature, but what is I mean, it's written back in the 1500s, but there's so much of it. There's so much of it that you would recognize is just part of general anti-Semitism and racism today. It looks so much like what we have today that it's almost eerie. Nothing has changed.
yeah, it's but yeah, I was going to say, I did see Inquisitor Baker Nathan Thompson. Now I don't know, has he lost his new, because he came back onto YouTube. I know he lost his original YouTube channel, and he was kicked off of Instagram recently, and of course, Nathan Thompson's big claim to fame was that whole big, massive Flat Earth Facebook group.
Right. Yeah, it was
that, and that got shut. That got shut down. And that got shut down because of anti-Semitic comments that were being posted in there.
But of course,
so
there's not much tolerance for that on Facebook. So
yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, look, you shouldn't be putting anti-Semitic comments on up full stop anywhere anyway. But
that's true.
Do you really think it's smart to put conspiracy theories up about Jewish people on a platform owned by Mark Zuckerberg?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you think that's really? Yeah, do you think that's smart?
No, not really. It's also. I mean, and I've noticed that criticizing Israel, even when it's legit criticism, will not be looked upon with mild eyes on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, I've noticed that.
I mean, even if you share something, if you share negative news about Israel, you can have it taken down, and you might get warned that if you do something like that again, they'll suspend you.
Yeah. Well, see, this is. I mean, this is such a big thing to get into politically, but it's there. I mean, there has been a big effort by certain groups to get any sort of, shall we say, sympathy towards Palestine branded as some sort of form of anti-Semitism.
Yeah,
and that's really. It's a really disgusting tactic, as far as I'm concerned, because
absolutely.
Well, actually, because it actually sort of undervalues. It's the same thing. It's the same thing of people, calling people fascists or whatever when they're not fascists.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes, after a while, it makes the term meaningless.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's
I guess I'm guilty of that, calling people fascists who aren't technically fascists.
I've been guilty of that, but
right.
Well. Oh, okay. So apparently his new channel Beta Change is run by someone else now. Thompson's been thrown a fit and left, it looks like. I mean,
And
to
when you see
be
videos
honest,
like that, I mean, I'm not surprised that he'd thrown a fit and leave his own channel. I mean,
I would have
to kind of,
thought, I mean, yeah, let's be honest, you would have thought after that whole debacle when he got pranked by Reckless Ben last year that he would have quit then.
I'm not sure I know about that.
Oh, did you not hear about the duck suit thing? Did you not hear about this?
The what again?
When he was dressed up in a onesie that was shaped like a duck.
No, he was dressed up in what again?
Okay, this is fantastic. Couple of YouTube pranksters wanted to prank a flat earther.
Right.
And they set this scam up where they pretended they were students from Harvard University, and they were going to do a number of experiments, to sort of prove, to try and prove that the Earth was a globe, but they wanted to actually reach out to a flat earther. Now, originally they planned on Mark Sargent. For whatever reason, they couldn't get him. So the next person when they were looking at flat earthers, the next one they came across was Nathan Thompson.
Right.
And so they got in contact with him, and I think they obviously learned very quickly it was quite easy, because like Nathan getting a free trip somewhere and a few free beers, he's going to go.
Yeah, sure.
But they first of all started doing this silly experiment where it was like that if where they said something about if you fold toilet paper X amount of times, it should theoretically be built up higher. It should be so tall that it reaches the moon.
Yeah, right
away there, you'd think he might have spotted something, but no. There's pictures of, but the crunch was this, that they said that what they got was this big high-powered magnet that was going to essentially be put into the ground, and there was a team on the other side of the world, like China or somewhere, and theoretically the two magnets should attract if we switched them on at the same time, and then because they're really powerful electromagnets that could go right the way through the globe, and if this experiment didn't work, it proved the Earth was flat.
Oh goodness! Goodness!
And they said they were trying to say, oh, there's a bit of radiation that comes off of this magnet. So, and they said, and then they were like, yeah. So they were looking. They said, oh damn, we forgot the hat. So they got these onesies out which were shaped like ducks. I said, unfortunately, we only got these because they wouldn't fund us any hazmat suits. All the damn time. And this is hilarious. They just played to Nathan Thompson's ego so much and made him feel so important. But even whilst this whole thing was going on and Nathan was filming vlogs of himself and that, his own people, his own flat earth people said, dude, these people are taking the piss out of you. And he just absolutely he fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
So are there videos of that? I'm trying to go Nathan Thompson prank.
Look at prank. I think it's got a channel called Reckless Ben. It's like 2 or 3 videos of this.
Okay. Reckless Ben. That came up quickly. 79 videos. Oh goodness, stop it. Why does anyone have autoplay on their videos? So getting the perfect thumbnail. Don't vlog, don't piss me off. Wait, I can search on the channel.
I think this is like a big free parter or something they did.
Finding Flat Earth, that must be the one.
That's probably it. Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
I think it's like a 3 or 4 part video though. I think it's
4 parts. 4 parts. So
yeah.
yeah, I'll look into that. I'll add it to my watch later, and then probably
Yeah.
forget about it. And
And
in a couple of
yeah,
years or so, maybe I'll
I now
recognize that.
I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that in the last one of those videos as well that I think a little bit that I'm trying to. Nathan Thompson said something again where his anti-Semitism came out quite openly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that just goes to show how far how separated I've been from YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a bit sad.
This was about a year ago. I'm guessing this happened. But yeah, and this was the funny thing is his own, like, because he was doing all these vlogs out there or whatever, and like some of his own fans recognized Reckless Ben and were telling him this dude's a well-known internet prankster, you know. But they just I think they just stroked Nathan's ego in such a way where he just didn't want to believe it, and he genuinely
Yeah.
believed that he'd won these 2 Harvard students over the flat Earth.
Right.
You know, it was they just played on that. They played on his ego and his sense of self-importance just right, I think.
Yeah, I mean, flat earthers would be so difficult, I guess, to play that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I'll soon be off to work. You've been doing this for 2 hours, I see.
Yeah, I think I'll probably wrap it up in a second.
Right.
So, okay, well, thanks coming on, Hops. Thanks to Jenny,
You're welcome.
Yeah, so
My pleasure.
thanks to Jenny, Manda, and Kate for coming on. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Now, this will be the big question. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Will I know the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Jeff,
Well,
let's go.
if it's any help, when I turned 42, I did not get the answer to that question.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
we'll find
right.
out. I remain hopeful.
Sure, and you always should.
Yeah. Okie doke. It's been Jeff, God the Scummer. See you guys later.
Just
salute.
always remember to drink responsibly.